Why are you despairing? What is it about you that you feel that this passage somehow scares you?
um, Mostly because most of the times when I go to confession, I truly feel like I am like repentant. Um, but I always end up falling into sin
Everybody do it and his
again.
mother.
I
You're not
know.
the only one.
I know.
Everybody. Everybody and his mother does, dude. There's daily the demons I battle. It's the same demons. So that's not the type of sin that Hebrews 10:26 to 29 is talking about. Okay, so the willful sin that it's talking about here, this is where people need to read context. Hebrews 10 comes near the end of the book, right?
Correct.
So when an author writes a book, and the book originally had no chapter divisions, because when they wrote in Greek, they didn't have chapter divisions. It's all capital letters called uncials or majuscules, right? Do you think he wants his reader to take a statement from near the end of the book, isolate it from what came before and after?
No, not at all.
So, what is the context of the book of Hebrews? The name gives it away. Hebrews.
Right.
He's writing to Jews who, from the content of the letter, implies they want to turn away from Christ and return to their Jewish ways. That's the context from the beginning.
Right. Right.
So, the willful sin that he's talking about, let's read. It's right there, brother. Yeah, let me start at 23. I was going to start at 19. Here it is. Let us hold fast the confession of our hope without wavering. Without wavering. For he who promises is faithful. Let us consider how to stimulate one another to love and good deeds, not forsaking our own assembling together as the habit of some, but encouraging one another all the more as you see the day drawing near. For, see, this continues what he just said here.
Right. Yeah.
What is he talking about? Those who are seeking to abandon the assembling. They are considering turning away from the faith, abandoning the church, and being Christian no more.
Okay. Got it.
So this is the context, right?
Yep.
Because the word for should have cued you in. He's now expanding what he just read. Don't waver. Stay strong. Do not doubt your confession. Do not doubt who Christ is. Do not doubt the salvation you have only in him. Do not forsake assembling. Be intentional to always gather together as a body, live as a body, and be accountable, especially when you know Christ is ever more nearer in coming to judge the living and the dead. But if you go on willfully sinning after what you just received, you were just told, don't do this, but you go ahead and do the thing I told you not to do by turning away and not holding fast to your confession and then abandoning the body of believers because you don't want to be a Christian anymore, then you are going to incur the wrath of God. How's that applicable to you?
I It's not really. Once you,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
The context is not about you. You're going to confession, you're going to church, you acknowledge your sin, though you succumb to it because we've had a lifestyle of sin. See, sin is not nature because that's all we've been doing. It's unnatural and it requires supernatural grace to go against what's natural. It is natural for me to want to indulge my pleasures, fornication, gluttony. That's natural because I'm flesh. It is unnatural to go against it, and it's supernatural grace to overcome it. So it's easier to succumb than it is to overcome. That's why the Bible describes the Christian life as discipline. Paul talks about running a race, boxing, or a soldier trained in battle, boot camp. You and I both know if I don't want to have love handles, I got to get up, do my cardio, do my weights, and count my calories, right?
Yeah.
Is that natural or does that require discipline?
Discipline for sure.
But it's natural for me to sit on my couch, my belly sticking out, stuff myself with pizza and ice cream, and then wonder why I'm fat. Same thing with the Christian life. It's discipline. So it's harder. Now I'm going to have to cuss this guy out in his ancestry. I'm going to have to cuss him out in his Shia mother. Hold on one second. Okay, Petros. There you go, buddy. Sorry about that. See, now it's natural for me to cuss him out and insult his origins, right? But it's unnatural and supernatural grace for me to bite my tongue. See, it's easy. Okay, but coming back to you. You and I have lived in the flesh. We didn't always live in the spirit. So then to transition from living in the flesh and the spirit, that's work. It's like me transitioning from being a couch potato and eating unhealthy food to now going running 4 miles, hitting weights, and eating low carbs, low fat, high protein. That is a transition that's going to require a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice, and it's not going to be joyful. That's the Christian walk. As long as you're acknowledging your sin, you're not justifying it, even if you succumb to it. Because there are some sins that you're more prone to succumb to because they are sins due to the way you act and carry them out. What do I mean? The desire for sex is not a sin. God created the desire for food and intimacy. He created those. Because if I don't get hungry, I don't eat. And if I don't eat, my body shuts down. So who gave me the desire to eat? God. Who made it pleasurable? God, so I can keep eating. Who put desire in me to want to be intimate? God. Why? So I can get married and procreate. It's when you take those desires and pervert them that become sinful. You understand the difference? There are some sins that are actually given for good, but we pervert them. I want you to understand. And there are some sins that we all struggle in common man. Every man that I know, unless he's a monk, struggles with desire, struggles with intimacy. And it doesn't help that young men like you, handsome men like you, you're surrounded 24 hours a day with half-naked women. You go on Facebook, there's half-naked women. Oh, my goodness. You go on Instagram, half-naked woman. Oh, my goodness. What the hell? YouTube, like, oh, my God. You go to the store. And then what even kills it worse? Here's what kills it worse. You got sisters who love the Lord. Some of them are listening. They know. You see their pictures? Super tight clothes, super tight shirts, breasts sticking out, almost ready to pop out of their shirts. Super tight pants, butt sticking out. And they name the name of Christ. So there are some sins that are common, we struggle, and it's more susceptible to succumb to. And so I'm not saying that's you. I'm trying to tell people, I know you're guys out there that you're struggling daily for purity because you're called not to be celibate, and it's hard. God knows better than you and I. As long as you don't justify it, condone it, excuse it, acknowledge it, he is merciful and patient with you. You're not the man of Hebrews 10. Do you want to abandon Jesus?
No, of course not.
Do you deny Jesus, Son of God?
No, not at all.
Do you deny that he was raised from the dead?
Absolutely. Or
You
no.
know he's Lord, he's alive, and he's come to judge the living and dead, right?
Yes.
And you know there's life beyond death, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you make an effort to at least go to church and not just abandon it completely?
I have at times abandoned completely. Yeah.
Well, completely in your heart of hearts, were you leaving it because you don't believe in the church? Or just
No.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
like not going to mass for
I
way
mean,
too long.
buddy,
Yeah.
you and me, man. My God, that's not what I'm talking about. Abandoning it because you have no desire to go to church because you've lost hope in the church.
No, I don't have that desire.
Then this does not apply to you.
Got it.
So don't worry. Why are you worried?
Well, after hearing the explanation, it's definitely not hitting me the way that it was. I mean, it scared the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. So
No, I know it is because we're reading it out of context. It's not about you.
yeah.
So it's not about you. As long as you acknowledge your sin and don't justify it and ask God for help, because there are things that you want to not do, but you can't stop doing because it's much harder. God knows it and has compassion, because Paul was in the same boat as you and I. Romans 7:14-25. He goes, the things I don't want to do, I keep doing.